for joining me on our Blue Sofa today.
Thanks for having me.
How do you assess the current geopolitical situation and security levels for Europe?
I think it's very serious for a number of reasons. I believe there's in particular three major misconceptions that we have to look at. The first one is the role of the United States of America. The second one, the Russian invasion into the Ukraine. And the third one, the notion of a quick fix. And allow me to elaborate. So the American involvement is, in my interpretation, not a binary one, as in we leave you completely alone or we bail you out all the time, no matter what. I think what our American friends, and I believe they are the closest and most important ally we have as Europeans, what they expect is simply that we commit to what we sign up for in NATO. And what I see at the moment is, yes, some momentum in Europe, but we are nowhere near where we should be. And in any healthy relationship, it's both parties, both friends that contribute. The second one that I kind of disagree with when I read in the newspapers and talk to people is the role of the terrible war that we see in Ukraine, the invasion of the Russian military. It is obviously it's awful what's happening. Unfortunately, it's only one part of a larger development that we see. And holistically looking at the big picture, there's many conflicts. For example, the definition of the Communist Party of China, of Taiwan. And we need to be ready for any scenario, not just for Ukraine. And the third misconception that I see is the notion of a quick fix, as in we now spend a huge amount of money and then the problem is solved. I think that's dangerous. That's a challenge for generations that we are facing now.
What does that mean for the defense infrastructure in Europe?
Yeah, I see momentum, I see a lot of good decisions, but we need to get to root causes. One of the main challenges that I see is fragmentation. We have a very fragmented landscape of companies. There will at some point be a consolidation, and that's required. We also have a very fragmented landscape of systems. We need to standardize those. Less systems, simplified solutions to get the job done. And again, it goes back to the big picture, to a challenge for generations. We should focus on making it easier for companies to grow. I'm not a fan of quotas as in 10% for startups, 90% for established companies. Get the basics right, and then we can solve the problems.
You already said that the landscape of companies is quite fragmented in Europe, but other than that, is it changing?
I think it is. I think we need to be faster. I think everybody would agree. But again, it's not just about quick fixing something now. I also see a recency bias based on the awful events in the Ukraine. We need to be ready for other scenarios too.
Based on your analysis, how do you position your own company, Buoyancy Aerospace?
We played a long game. Yeah, we played a long game. We are here for decades, not just for years. We are not backed by investors who expect a quick sort of profit. That's not us. So we played a long game, and we are probably a bit different to other companies. We are a radical meritocracy. That's not for everybody, but the way we select our team, the way we promote people is really based on merit and merit only. And we also consider ourselves a European company. We have a very European footprint. We have production sites in the United Kingdom and in Germany, headquarters in London and now also Munich. So I can only encourage people to apply for leadership positions in Munich. But long story short, we played a long game.
Well, then we wish you the very best for that. And thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for inviting me.